and he is on the outside of that front row. John Silva likewise looking for his first dash win. DeMitz, not a dash winner so far. We'll take a look with Bobby Scott has won 1 dash. So the first 3 cars in the lineup all looking for their first trophy dash win. And Bobby Scott, your fast qualifier, looking for his 2nd dash win of the 93 season. All right, John Silva now starting to pick up the pace. Miller on the top side, what a quick start as they come off of turn number 4. Oh, Silva with a good move. Pete Lewis did not like the move of Silva, apparently. I'm just surmising that, but Lewis taking the spot away from Miller. We'll see what happens this time by. Like to have him pretty square just past that tire that they've moved out there to kind of slow down the infield cutting. Oh, Silva out of shape a bunch this time. Everybody looks for that all-important start here in the Trophy Dash. Trying to gain that advantage coming down the front straightaway. Usually if you're out front when you go into turn number 1, it's tough to get by in 4 laps. Looks like we're going to have to give some instructions here. They've had a week off, so need to reprogram the driver. Yeah, that's true. Andy just brought up a good point. They are sort of afraid of that big white donut down there called a tire. They were running on the infield quite a bit, so the official says, well, we'll put a deterrent out there. Keep them on the racetrack. You're going to hit one of those tires, you'll stay on the racetrack. They come around this time. Looks pretty good. Good start coming off of turn number 4. Silva down on the inside. Miller up high trying to hold on to the racetrack. Can't do it in front of DeMitz and Scott. And DeMitz hung up on Miller's number 25. Racing hard here in the dash. Miller comes around and DeMitz with no place to go kind of rides up on the left front of Robert Miller's number 25, and you can see that the car looks like the front wheels might be off the ground on DeMitz number 10. As they go through the sunlight of the back straightaway, John Silva, Robert Miller bring him through to see if we can get a good start. Oh, a great looking start off of turn number 4. Miller stays high. Silva down in that low lane. Well, Silva keeps it running straight. DeMitz trying to sneak in for a second. Miller taking that lane away for and goes to the inside. Miller figures the bottom is the fast way around, and he takes the lead off of turn number 2. The Hammer out front. Miller, your lap 2 leader. John Silva second. DeMitz is third, and Scott fourth. Miller looking for his first Trophy Dash victory. John Silva giving him a run for his money. Miller last time down the back straightaway. Let's see if he can hold off the charge of John Silva. Silva looks like he's trying for an inside move. Miller shuts the door, and it's Miller off of turn number 4. Silva tries the inside, but it's a hammer. Robert Miller at the wire picking up his first Trophy Dash of the 1993 season. A hammer. Well, apparently that tangle in turn number 2 did not upset the chassis. And we have a time, 1:03.88. 1:03.88 for the Hammer. 1:87. Furia, also in this Trophy Dash, sits third in the points with 1:52. So he's about 53 points out of the lead. We will see who will join Robert Miller down in the victory circle after our street stock heat race. Now we turn to Paul Meeks. Number 32 will set the pace. Furia 77 on the outside. Then it's Bart Reed and Busby in the final row. Hammer down. Here they come off of turn number 4. Paul Meeks with a good charge, but the yellow light still out. Brake test, guys. Yeah, get to see if the brakes work. Paul Meeks looking for his first dash. In fact, the only 2 dash winners so far this season. Scott Busby with 6 trophy dash victories. Bart Reed with 1. Everybody else looking for their first. Scott Busby, Bart Reed, both with 2 fast times this year. Well, this will be the 3rd for Busby now. We'll give it another try here. Meeks and Furia off of turn number 4, side by side. Good start this time. Meeks goes to the inside, trying to take the outside lane away from Furia. Furia and Meeks, bang, here comes Bart Reed down on the inside. Reed and Meeks side by side into turn 3. Meeks driving it hard on the outside. Bart Reed on the inside. Mr. Meeks not happy with the banging. Meeks and Bart Reed banging, and Meeks trying to get into the back of Bart Reed. Paul Meeks into the front straight of wall, big time. The 32 out of this one, pulls it off the racetrack. And now Bart Reed with some pressure from Furia. Are we going to get a yellow? 1 lap to go. Bart Reed sideways. Here comes Furia taking an inside move. Dennis Furia out front. Bart Reed battles back. Bart Reed right up in the rear deck of that 77, trying an inside move in his all. Dennis footed it. Furia at the wire. Dennis Furia, number 77, picking up the win over Bart Reed and Scott Busby. And Paul Meeks climbs out of that 32 after getting into the front straightaway wall hard here, throwing the helmet into the cockpit, looking around for somebody to blame. The time, 1:07:78. 1:07:78 for your winner, Dennis Furia from Healdsburg, California. Yes? Yellow light is out. Silva and Hansen as they bring them out of turn number 4. 4 very fast straight stocks. And they are side by side as they go into turn number 1. Hansen takes to the high side. Silva, number 32 on the inside. And the second row still side by side. Slum and Hannigan. And they are still side by side in turn number 3. Hansen stays up in the high lane. Now trying to cut down in front of Silva and does with a lead of lap 1. Hansen followed by Silva. Hannigan trying to get around Silva. He moves to the outside. Hansen getting a little sideways. And now it's a nose to tail, except for, looks like Slama tried the inside move. He can't make it, and Hannigan goes around Slama for 3rd. Hansen now starting to pull away from Silva, number 32. Hannigan has moved into the 3rd spot. 1 lap to go for Hansen. Bob Hansen in the Minute Muffler Camaro number 6 out front. And the number 6 of Hansen looking for his first Trophy Dash win. Yes, Bob Hansen out of Danville. In the Minute Muffler, Antioch Park, Stephen Conley's Machine Camaro picks up the win over Silva, Hannigan, and Slama. So another new Trophy Dash winner tonight in a time of 1:12:33. 1:12:33. Your winner, Bob Hansen, number 6 out of Danville.
Guy I've seen race for many, many years. Dennis, we didn't get to interview you when you got your main event win down here. Now you got your Trophy Dash, we get to interview you. I tell you what, looks like you got the little 77N really hooked.
Tonight it seems to be pretty good, but the track is starting to dry a little too right now. It's a little slippery.
Well, we were noticing that. You guys were all over the place with these little 9-inch tires and all the horsepower you guys are putting down. But you guys will get it all dialed in by the main event time.
Oh, you bet. We'll take care of it before the night's over with.
No doubt about it. I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, this guy's been driving almost as long as the guy that drives the 10 car. Ladies and gentlemen, your Grand Am Trophy Dash winner, Dennis, Foot in it, Ferry out. We'll walk over this way right now. Since he's here, what time is it?
Well, it wasn't hammer time at the beginning of that race, so I had to kind of make up for it. Fortunately, I got a break. John slid up high, and I was able to get underneath him.
Well, I tell you what, Bob, we're looking forward to come back in the main event. Then we can really have fun with that one. You said the track's a little bit dry up on top, a little bit greasy down on the bottom. Seems like you guys, the line for you guys down on the bottom right now?
Yeah, and unfortunately, I picked a 2, so I'm going to be on the outside, so I'm going to have to try to get to the bottom. It's going to be a one-groove track, but everybody's got the same handicap, so we just have to see what happens.
Well, with as many street stocks as we've got here this evening, all the heat races coming up, it may bump this track, and it may come up, and it may come up on top.
You won't see the track come back. It's going to be dry slick.
Ladies and gentlemen, your stock car Trophy Dash winner, the Hammer, Robert Miller. And now we get over here. This is the guy that started the year off like balls of fire. Couldn't do anything wrong. About 4 or 5 weeks now, Bob, you've just run into flat bad luck, both here and at Antioch.
Well, I guess we're learning how to race, and that's part of the racing is putting up some of the bad stuff. But I'm just proud of this, and I'm proud to have all you people here at this races, and I'm proud of my men back in the pits back there. They're the guys who do it for us.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're looking forward to seeing the 6 car out there in the main event. We know it can run. We've seen it run. We've seen you win here. We've seen you win up in Antioch, both places. You've got it all together. We're going to wish you the best of luck. Ladies and gentlemen, I still haven't come up with a nickname for him. Your straight stock Trophy Dash winner, Bob Hansen. Back up to you, George.
Well, John, if he just grows the mustache with a handlebar, we can call him Bob Handlebar Hansen. How's that? They gingerly work their way through the corners, and one thing they don't want to do is get upside down. Well, you see those guys up front. Guys up front take a look. They hear that Dalmer coming in, number 20 coming. They take a look in the back and see how fast he's coming. Look at that, wheel to wheel, 3 abreast coming off of 4, even at this speed. Top 5 cars all running fairly close formation. That's Jim Lynch in the blue number 14. And again, WRA President Dan Flasher, number 34, your leader. Lynch takes that number 14 up on the high side and is working the cushion. Look at him work that steering wheel in that number 14. Oh, here comes the Dalmer on the move, that mini Emmy. White flag. That Dalmer. The Dalmer up front on the high side. Flasher on the inside. And checkered flag is out. Might have been a dead heat at the wire. That Dalmer really came on at the end. And Chris Gillespie in the number 38 tonight. Chris Gillespie from Soquel in the Seaberg Metal Fabrication 76 Camaro. And Chris having a problem getting the fire in the Chevrolet right now. Needing the assistance of our push truck, and it looks like he is headed for the pit area. Tough break for Chris Gillespie. Field is now set. Yellow light is out. We're looking for green. Robert Hall, orange number 18 from San Leandro, on the pole, will set the pace. Pelfrey number 66 on the outside, and we will be looking for green. Peter Perdoni, circle 13. Kevin Jones, circle 14. A good start. Nice tight back as they come down, looking for green. Pelfrey, number 66, moves to the outside. Hall to the inside, and we've got our new driver spinning down on the inside. Look at the race down for the second spot on the outside. Perdoni, number 13, of Hall, number 18. We told you, a competitive field here tonight. Pelfrey on front. The 18 of Robert Hall is second. Perdoni is third. Perdoni and Hall trading some sheet metal in the back straightaway. Keep your eye on that 78. Ficklin goes to the inside of a tangle in turn 4. Larkin Kelson. Oh, a lot of smoke from Hall, number 18, as Mike Ficklin going to work on Perdoni, number 13. Ficklin trying to take over the third spot. Oh, Ficklin into Perdoni. Oh, Perdoni comes down on Ficklin. And Mike Ficklin takes over the second spot. Hall drops to third. Perdoni is fourth. Here comes Petrarca, number 24. Your leader, Ken Pelfrey, all by himself, cruising tonight. 4 down, 2 to go. Petrarca up against the wall here in the front straightaway. The battle for third goes to the 13 of Perdoni. Oh, Pelfrey, broken rear end, loses the wheel right in front of Ficklin. Ficklin goes to the outside of the wheel. Yellow checkered, who's it going to be? Ficklin will pick up the win. Pelfrey limping home to fourth. Pelfrey keeps it going with 3 wheels, still finishing in the 4th spot. Got to give it to the man. He gave it all. I thought he was going to win that one with 3 wheels. Pelfrey finishing 4th behind Ficklin, Perdoni, Ranero. Unbelievable. Losing a wheel, still finishing 3rd. Mike Ficklin, your winner from Los Gatos. 77. Mitchell in the number 87. And we have a mystery driver, the white with the blue numeral 27, did not qualify. We do not have a driver's name, but he is on the move in the back of the pack. We're looking to go green. And Quadrelli, number 95, trying to go to the high side. Whoa, we've got a cut. We got Souza, Phelps, and the mystery driver all tangled down here in turn number 1. Souza, the only one not able to get. Now they keep it rolling. We stay green. Good guy. Good drive, guys. Quadrelli, number 95, out front. Mason, number 14, is second. Wallace, number 25, trying to make a move for that second spot. Mike Phelps, number 22, going to work on Wallace. Wallace goes to work. Got a couple cars high out of turn 4. Sideways in front of another car was the 96, gets it squared away. Elias. Oh, a couple cars off the racetrack in turn 2. Looks like Phelps, number 22, has come to a stop. Got his net down, so he'll bring out the yellow right now. Oh, our mystery driver up against the wall. That new fresh paint job, not so fresh anymore. We are looking to go green here as we get into, oh, it's 4 abreast coming off of 4. Fred Lind and a sandwich. We are 4 abreast. And Wallace is sideways. We got cars off of turn 2. Mason up against the tires. Wallace down in the infield. Oh, a big tackle. Wagner and our mystery driver. Oh, look at the front end on the 14 of Mason. It is definitely out of kilter. I can recommend an alignment shop for you, Ken. It's just down the road here. You might be able to get it back for next week's action. Fred Lind on the throttle as they come off of turn number 4. Lind hangs on to the racetrack and stretches the lead off of turn number 2. Quadrelli second. Here comes Gillespie, Chris Gillespie in that circle 38, making a move on the inside of Quadrelli. Oh, hard in, and they're tied up. They're tied up, they're hooked up. They're not going to go anywhere but right to the top of the racetrack. A checkered yellow for Fred Lind. And now they get unhooked. Ray Scott, excuse me, circle 38. Ray Scott. I got my 38 cards mixed up here. Ray Scott in that circle 38, tangled up with Quadrelli number 96. So checkered yellow. Fred Lind picks up the win, and he waves to everybody. Happy man from Morgan Hill. And the number 77, we find the number 45, Chris Raggio. He had the straight up number 45. We're waiting to see who moves up into the inside of that fourth row. It looks like it is the circle 45, Matt Darton from Aptos. And on the outside, Gary Vincelette, number 40. We see Darrell Hughes and Kurt Slama, 13 and 5. And Doug Haggio treading the field, number 30, as we look to go green. Jim DiGiovanni out front. Oh, some thunder banging. We got cars moving all over the racetrack. A couple of cars hooked together. Look like Raggio, number 45, and the Circle 9 car trying to get untangled. They may be hooked together for good. Steve Robertson. Robertson and Raggio hooked together on the back straightaway, bringing out the yellow. Jim DiGiovanni inside of row 1, setting the pace. They exit hard into turn number 1. Number 75 out front. Here comes the number 91 on the move. John Harville, number 91. Here comes Movridge. Oh, Movridge with a little love tap from the number 92, the number 45, spinning around at the circle 45. And unable to keep it running. Yeah, oh, and no yellow. Good going, Pete. Good going, Pete. We stay green, 3 down. Jim DiGiovanni is your leader. Look at the battle for second. Slama, Beaufridge, Harville, and Hughes. Coming out to complete lap number 5. Oh, Hughes takes the infield right. Harville on the outside. Up front, Kurt Slama going to work on Jim DiGiovanni, checkered yellow. Jim DiGiovanni will pick up the win. Kurt Slama will finish second. Hughes will finish third, with Movridge in that 4th spot. We find the number 66, Jumpin' Joe Antonetti. Jay Bear, the number 88. Soito in the circle 17. Carlos Jimenez at number 31. Bobby Hogue in the number 22. Bobby Hogue the 4th. S. Eric Furman in the 27, Joel Hannigan, number 69. Your Trophy Dash winner, Hanson in the number 6, and Kimberly Myers back starting scratch on the field, number 65, as we look to go green. Jerry Cutler takes a dodge, Demon hard into turn number 1. And Louis Stojanovich, number 39, is moved to 4th. Here comes Jay Bear, Stojanovich and Antonetti, 3 wide in turn 3. Oh, Soito spins around in turn 4. David Soito. Your points leader, Hannigan, and I believe Bobby Hogue, the 4th, all stalled in turn 4. We'll bring out the yellow. All right, we have 2 down, 4 to go. And Kimberly Myers electing to start scratch on the field, and then it will be Jay Bear on the pole, along with Louis Stojanovich. And Cutler, who is asleep after yellow, moves into second around Stojanovich. Remember, Joel Hannigan was involved in that incident. Now moving up on Stojanovich. Oh, we got to call off the racetrack. Joe Antonetti spins off at turn 3. Joe, who was involved in that first incident, once again off at turn 3. And Jay Bear bringing the field down. Antonetti now goes a lap down to the field. Joe Antonetti a lap down to the field as Jay Bear comes around Antonetti to put him another lap down. Coming down to lap 5. 1 to go for Jay Bear. Jay Bear, and here comes Hannigan in a battle with Cutler for second. Hannigan up alongside Cutler, they get sideways, and it's going to be Hanson off the top side. Hanson will finish second, Hannigan third, and Stojanovich 4th. Well, we got 6 in the books, a wild finish. Jay Bear picks up the win. Bob Hanson will finish second, Joel Hannigan third, and Louis Stojanovich, number 39, rounding out the top 4. John Ripperetti sets the pace. Tony Gomez on the outside. Row number 2, Bart Reed, and I believe it's Rod Williams tonight, number 5. Joe Chapman, number 69, and Lewis Davis. And again, for Lewis Davis, the custom alignment, balance, and brake folks has put up another $100 if Lewis Davis wins the main event. And it is Lonnie Lacey, number 10, as we look for green. Underway with John Ripperetti taking the lead. Gomez, number 67, right up on the rear nerf bar of Ripperetti. Here comes Bart Reed, number 12, on the inside. Reed going to work on Gomez, and Reed takes over the second spot. Reed moves into second, down on the low side, trying to make the move on Ripperetti, number 7. Bart Reed, number 12. Williams, number 5, to the pit area. And Black Bart on the move. And now Lewis Davis goes to the inside of Gomez for third. And Lewis Davis takes over third. Coming down to complete 3 down, 3 to go. And Ripperetti holding off Bart Reed, and Lewis Davis. Gomez is 4th, Joe Chapman 5th, Lonnie Lacey in the 6th spot. Four laps down, 2 to go. Bart Reed goes to the inside, trying to make a move down the back straightaway. Ripperetti using the fast lane, making the other drivers go around to the outside. White flag for Ripperetti. Here comes Lewis Davis going to work on Bart Reed for second. Bart Reed with a good push off the top side. Bart Reed goes high. Ripperetti down on the bottom. Who's it going to be off of turn 4? Ripperetti picks up the win. A great battle to the finish. It was John Ripperetti picking up the win. And Ripperetti 6 very quick laps for the number 7. Bart Reed finishing in the 2nd spot. Lewis Davis 4th. And Gomez in the 4th position. Ryan Solomon, number 9 on the outside of that 3rd row. Row number 4, we find Ron Parker, number 39, and Dennis Feria. So we have father and son in this one. Dennis Feria, number 77. And your points leader, Scott Busby, number 73, starting scratch on the field. Right, Beck and Furia, the youngster, number 67A, on the outside of that front row as we look to go green. Good start. And Kenny Knott, like a rocket from the 2nd row, takes over 2nd. Brian Solomon follows him around for 3rd. Beck the 4th. Al Balding going to work up on the high side of Beck for that 4th position. And Beck and Balding tangle in turn number 1. And it is Furia out front. But it is the number 67 of David Furia holding off the challenge of Kenny Knott. And Furia goes high, makes a mistake, and it is Kenny Knott out front. Furia with mechanical problems, limping down the back straightaway. Must be a tire. He moves up and off the racetrack. A good sportsmanship move by David Furia, 67, as Kenny Knott maintains the lead out front. Brian Solomon 2nd. And now Dennis Furia goes to work on Brian Solomon, goes to the inside. The 77 of Furia on the move, goes to the inside. Can he hold off? He does. Final lap for Kenny Knott. Here comes Busby going to work on the 9 of Solomon for 3rd, but it is a checkered flag for Kenny Knott. Dennis Furia is 2nd. A drag race for 3rd goes to Brian Solomon, number 9. Scott Busby, number 73, is 4th. Al Balding in the number 8 is 5th. Kenny Knott in a quick one, 1:38.57. 1:38.57 the time for Kenny Knott. And once again, I want to thank David Furia for pulling off the racetrack and letting the racers go green. A good move by the youngster. Dennis from Fremont, John Silva. John Silva, number 59. On the outside from Vallejo, Larry DeMitz. Larry DeMitz, number 10. Sean DeForest, a late arrival from Hayward. Sean DeForest will start in the back of the pack. Tom White, circle 18, and Enos, number 45, scratch on the field, looking for green, and we got it. Underway as Large takes the lead down the back straightaway. The battle for Petruzzi and Gillespie, 87 and 47. Former street stock competitors now side by side for 2nd place in the late model division. And Large getting a little sideways. Here comes Petruzzi. Bobby Large out front. And Gillespie with a flat tire off into the pit area. Bobby Large continues to lead over Petruzzi, DeVitz, and John Silva. Coming down to complete lap number 5, it is Bobby Large holding off Petruzzi. 1 lap to go. Final time, down the back straightaway is Bobby Large, looking for checkered flag. Off of turn number 4, Petruzzi goes high. Bobby Large picks up the win. Petruzzi is second. DeWitz is third. John Silva fourth. A good run by Bobby Large, picking up the win over Petruzzi, DeWitz, and Silva. Well, we have the ladies. Well, we had so many entries today. We outgrew the box. We're into a big bag now, huh? All right. Listen up. The winner of the hot shoes, Victor's down in Santa Maria in their Salute to Indy 99 lap race, 333 lap main events. He is one of the main event winners. All right, looking to go green. Further back in the field, we see the 07 tonight. That is Bobby Hogue, the driver. Bobby Hogue on the 07. Vance Beltran in the 32. Bobby Scott, 56. Robert Miller, number 25, and Steve Hendren running in the final row for starting positions in the main event. Almost. Barger and Johnson up in the front row. We look to go green. Barger on the inside. Johnson tries to hang on to the top side. Ed Sands moves into second. Johnson is third. And Bobby Hogue, touchdown on the inside, goes for second. Oh, some smoke from Sands and Bobby Hogue. Oh, big time smoke. Sands up in smoke big time. Sands, apparent oil line, still got power. Sands putting up the smoke screen, bringing out the yellow. Ed Sands throwing up the big smoke screen. Apparently an oil line breaking loose on the Pontiac Firebird, and he's going to have to go make some repairs. Tough break for Ed Sands. Bobby Hogue on the hammer hard. No, not this time. We're going to try it again. 2 down, 4 to go for Bobby Hogue and Dan Barger. Barger out of that street stock division, now into the late models. And right down on the bottom side of the racetrack, Bobby Hogue pulls out a big lead down the back straightaway. Here comes Scott. Bobby Scott tagging into that second spot. Here comes Vance Beltran. And Vance Beltran making a move on Bobby Scott. Vance Beltran, number 32, trying the outside of Bobby Scott. They're looking at trying to get by Bobby Hogue as they come down to complete lap number 3. 4 down, 2 to go. And Steve Hendren moving slowly on the racetrack as the leaders come by. White flag for Bobby Hogue. Beltran has moved to second. Bobby Scott drops to third. And your winner back in the saddle, Bobby Hogue. Vance Beltran will finish second. Bobby Scott is third. Dan Barger fifth. DeLuca sixth. Miller seventh. Eighth is Johnson. And finishing ninth, Steve Hendren. Bobby Hogue back in the saddle, back up front. Number 19 tonight, Chad Peterson, first appearance here this year. Chad Peterson, number 19. Ron Souza, number 57, sits on the outside. Souza from Pescadero in the 99 Racing Team Chevelle. Kevin Jones, Circle 14. Up next from Aromas in the East Lake Union 76 Camaro, number Circle 14 on the outside. The 66 had some wheel problems earlier from Los Gatos. DP Logging Camaro of Ken Pelfrey, number 66. We move over to the Circle 13 of Peter Pedoni out of Morgan Hill, and the Stuffed Pizza Camaro, number Circle 13. On the outside, we find the number 25 of Steve Wallace, and we are looking to go green. And no, it's the yellow flag. Dan, left hand is green, right hand is yellow. Dan, green goes on next. Yeah. Give us all a week off. We forget what we're doing here anymore. Hey, Pete, thank you. Your right hand is green, left hand is yellow. Okay, we got that. Pete's never made one of those mistakes, so he can go. All right, Renero on the inside. Elias on the outside as we look to go green off of turn 4. And we do have a green light and a green flag. Peter Renero tucking it down on the inside. Oh, Renero losing a wheel. We go up over the wheel, was stuck almost upside down. Airtime Phelps. He got some airtime there. I'll tell you, going up over that wheel. Well, definitely long shoe. And Mr. Phelps Jr., number 17, getting some airtime. The yellow light is still on, guys. Penny and Elias. Elias wanting a fairly quick start. This may not go. Yes, it does. George Penny hangs on. Oh, we got some wheel banging in turn 2. Some real fender bending in turn 2. Looks like a couple of cars hung up. Pelfrey and Silva hung up in the turn 3 area. And it looks like they're going to get untangled. Yes, they do. Once again, going to the inside. Look at Robert McGraw trying to push Elias through. Pelfrey back out and looks like he's back off. And let's look at that 27 make his way through the pool. He washes the front end out of that 27, almost up into the wall. Up front, George Biddy. Robert McGraw second. Elias now third, Phelps is fourth, and we've got some cars spinning here in 1. Everybody moving around, taking some evasive action. Steve Wallace spinning down in the infield, showering our officials with some dirt. Patterson trying to enter off turn number 3. Looks like he'll get back into this at the rear of the field. Oh, heavy smoke from Ron Souza, number 57. Souza putting up his, whoa! Well, it's going to be worse. He's into the tires. Oh, and a fire. Ron, I suggest you get out of the car as soon as possible. Little flash fire on Ron Souza's Chevelle number 57. Everybody okay over there? Good hand for the safety crew over there, getting that fire out. Number 17 who took that ride earlier on the outside, looking for a transfer spot. Leaders trade some paint. And number 27 looking strong tonight, trying to make a move by Penny on the inside. Phil Earhart. Penny on the outside. That 27 guy. Where's some horsepower? Down the back straightaway, new leader. And look at this battle. Coming off of 4, Robert McGraw. Nardoni and Elias all battling for the 5th spot. Oh! Chad Patterson off down into the infield. Leaders go by. Oh, the 27 car, your leader, up high off of turn number 4, brings it down, stays off the wall, white flag. 1 lap remaining. Penny trying to reel in the leader. Penny number 68. In the 3rd spot is McGraw. Then it's the 17 of Phelps, checkered flag. C-main event is complete. Phil Enderhar, number 27, your winner. Enderhar coming from the back of the field to pick up the win. There he is, ladies and gentlemen. That was a new body tonight. He has taken some damage, picks up the transfer spot, along with the number 68 of George Finney. 12 laps, once again, 2 move to the A. Everybody else goes home unless someone for the A cannot fire. Antonetti will set the pace from the pole. Jumpin' Joe on the throttle. Bovrich on the outside. Antonetti and Bovrich already starting to move away from the field. Antonetti takes the lead down the back straightaway. Louis Stojanovic, number 39, in 3rd. Jerry Keller, number 81, is 4th. Cutler pushed down into the inside by Neil Giovanni. Neil Giovanni with a distributor malfunction. I believe he broke the rotor in the distributor cap immediately off the racetrack. Number 75, Dim Gio Giovanni. And number 12, Phipps, also off the racetrack, as number 39, Stojanovic, moves to 2nd. A great battle for 2nd. Jerry Bovrich, number 92. Stojanovic, and here comes Mike Ficklin. Ficklin, number 78, moves along Stojanovic for 3rd spot. Keep your eye on that 27 car. He's been making his way through the field. Phil Enderhar, number 27, your C-main event winner. Your leader, Jumpin' Joe Antonetti, about a straightaway lead. Oh, Ficklin sideways. Oh, Mick Ficklin saves it down the back straightaway with a number 78 car. Here comes Jerry Cutler with the Dodge Demon, number 81, going to work for that 2nd and last transfer spot. The Dodge Demon, number 81, goes to the inside. Cutler takes over 2nd. Cutler, a tangle in turn number 2. Yellow on the leader. Here comes the battle for 2nd. Cutler. I'll tell you, there's been action all the way up and down that pack. Well, Robert McGraw will get his vision impairment fixed. Loses the inside lane. It's a Chevy and a Dodge up front. Yellow light goes out. Antonetti on the throttle. Let's see if Cutler chooses to keep up. I don't think so. My understanding of a restart is the driver on the inside sets the pace. The rest of the field is to keep up with his pace. But he is being asked to keep the speed down on the restart. We'll see if he does that. 6 down, 6 to go. This time we see the green, and it is Antonetti out front. Cutler second. Here comes Fred Lynn, number 77. Petreka spins in turn 2. Let's hope we can keep it running. Petreka gets it back underway. And Fred Lynn moves into second. Mike Bicklin is third. Jerry Cutler is fourth. Mitchell is fifth. Antonetti cruising out front. Lap number 8. 8 down, 4 to go. Field starting to get sprung out a bunch now as Antonetti comes down. 9 now, 3 to go. Fred Lynn is second. Bicklin needs to make up some room on Lynn. Down, 2 to go. Now Mike Bicklin going to work on the second place car. Fred Lynn, the bump car. Oh, yellow light. Yellow checkered for Joe Antonetti. Fred Lynn will finish second. Bicklin will finish third. Jerry Cutler fourth. Mitchell fifth. Louis Dojanovic sixth. Bovich is 7th. Your winner, jumping, Joe Antonetti, number 66. Fred Lynn will finish second. Mike Bicklin finishing that third spot. Fourth is the number 81, the Dodge of Jerry Cutler. We understand that 2 cars will transfer out of the B to the A. So top 2 spots, all important here. A B main event, late models. Ten laps, 2 go on, everybody else watches for the trailer. Gillespie and Sands come together hard in the front straightaway. Big Genos goes underneath Gillespie. The battle for second. Remember, top 2 move on. Everybody else goes home. Right now, Ed Sands your leader. Gillespie and Enos, number 45, battle for second. And once again, Ed Sands showing smoke. Oh, Sean DeForest sideways in turn 2. And Ed Sands undoubtedly looking at a black flag if it continues to smoke. Ed Sands, your leader, showing a lot of smoke. Flagman with a black flag. I think Mr. Sands looking for the pits. A fire, oil fire on Ed Sands' car. You can see the flames under the hood. Ed Sands on fire. Ed Sands with an oil fire erupting, and they throw the red so they can get him off the racetrack and get that situation taken care of. Ed Sands. An apparent oil leak, oil dripping onto those headers, and they want to make sure that that car does not receive some severe damage. Out front. Sean DeForest fails the brake test. Enos goes to the high side. Gillespie down to the bottom edge. Mitch Enos. Enos, your leader. Gillespie goes to the inside of Enos. They're side by side in 3. Gillespie drifts up a bit, but it is Mitch Enos out front. Here comes Sean DeForest. Sean DeForest moving into that second spot. Black flag once again for Ed Sands. The EPA very happy with that move. Sean DeForest tried to hold on to that last transfer spot. Gillespie all over the back of the number 72. Mitch Enos, number 45, your leader. Dodge Power underneath the number 45. DeForest right up alongside Mitch Enos in turn 1. DeForest trying an inside move in 3. Side by side. Can Enos hold on to the top of the racetrack? No, Sean DeForest goes by. Mitch Enos goes from first to third. Here comes Gillespie up alongside Sean DeForest. And now it's Gillespie and Enos battling for that last transfer spot. Remember, 2 cars move forward, everybody else goes home. And yet another new leader. Gillespie out front, Enos now second, Sean DeForest drops to third. Now here comes Barger to battle for DeForest for the third spot. Barger, number 4, moves to third. The battle up front, white flag. 1 lap to go. Gillespie and Enos last time down. Oh! DeForest and Johnson come together. DeForest off the racetrack. And it will be at the checkers. Mitch Enos, Gillespie second, Barger third. Ladies and gentlemen, what a B-main event. About 5 different lead changes. It comes up Mitch Enos and Jim Gillespie move forward. And looks like everybody else will be on or in the trailer. B-main event for the late models in the books. Some of the braver drivers go up front. Bill Hall, the yellow number 7 out front. Moving by Mastroianni. Mastroianni in that orange and black number 14, your leader off of turn number 4. Jim Lynch in the blue number 14 moves into that second spot. Lynch really wheeling that blue number 14. Dan Fleischer, number 14. Currently third, number 34. And the big, powerful Dowmer of Lee Knox holding down. Oh, a battle now for third. Knox and Fleischer. Fleischer, number 34. Knox in the number 20. The Dowmer moves into third. Mastroianni maintains the lead. Mastroianni in that black and orange number 14. V8 Ford Flathead out front. Lynch in that blue number 14 holds on to the second spot. And they're moving up to the lap traffic. Jack Baggett, number 99, moving slowly. Leaders going around to the back straightaway. Baggett pulls down. The leaders are bouncing through 1 and 2 just a bit. Good 4-car battle down the back straightaway. These guys starting to get up to speed, and look at a move on the inside. Jim Lynch, that blue number 14, takes the lead. Bob Mastroianni is second. Here comes that Downer. Keep your eye on the number 20. Lee Knox making a move on the number 14 of Mastroianni. And the Downer moves to second. Oh, lap traffic. Oh, 3 wide going into turn number 3. The Downer's on the move. He puts the power down. The Mini Hemi out front, that number 20. And they're side by side coming off with two. The Downer and the Ford Flathead, number 14, Jim Lynch. Lynch on the outside. Lee Knox on the inside. Knox dropping back a bit now. 1 lap to go. And look who moves back into the front. Bob Mastrioli. Mastrioli slips by down on the inside. The Downer now trying to reel him in as they go into turn number 3. Mastrioli, number 14, comes off at turn number 4. Who's it going to be? Through traffic, Mastrioli. Mastrioli picks up the win here in the WRA Antique main event. And the number 20 of Lee Knox will finish second. Third is the blue number 14 of Jim Lynch, followed by the 34 of Dan Fleischer. Ladies and gentlemen, down there. Let's stand up. Let's give them a big wave. Bobby Hogue the fourth. Don Silva bringing the field down. There they are. Give them a wave. All right, moving back in the field. Matt Darton for Bascom and Camden Chevron, El Paseo Chevron, Park Minnesota Chevron, and Katy Machine Shop. Matt Darton, number circle 45. He starts on the outside of the third row. Moving back, number 31 of Carlos Jimenez. The number 40 of Chris Vincelette. 88 is Jay Bear. The number 30 of Doug Haggio. And we are looking to go green. This one looks a little ragged. I don't think we're going to get it. We left off at Haggio on the number 30. We said Jay Bear, number 88. Chris Raggio in the 45. David Ciotto in the circle 17. Number 4, the rookie Tim Hamilton. Your transfers, Joe Antonetti and Fred Lind and S. Eric Furman, the final starter, ladies and gentlemen. Yellow is still out. Young rookie on the inside. Bobby Hogue the fourth setting the pace. Oh, wily veteran Don Silva on the outside. And this time Bobby Hogue and Silva way up high, trying to keep it off the fence if we go green. Bobby Hogue out front. Hansen moves into second. Silva dropping back in the field. Look at Hannigan, number 69, moving to the front. He's in third. Slama fourth. As they come off at turn number 4, Bobby Hogue, leader lap 1. Bob Hansen holds down the second spot. Joel Hannigan is third. Oh, traffic jam in turn number 2. Oh, we got some cars bouncing around off at turn number 2. They keep it rolling. We got a breakaway pack here. 9 cars broke away from the field here. Bobby Hogue the fourth, your leader. Bob Hansen second. Hannigan third, number 69. First Slama, number 13 is fourth. Look at the battle for fifth. Silva and Myers, 32 and 65, going after each other for the fifth spot. Carlos Jimenez goes to the pit area. David Ciotto, number Soito, moving slowly. Hannigan and Hansen battle for second. It's Hannigan taking the second spot as the yellow is out. And David Soito comes to a stop in turn number 4. Okay, 4 down, 16 to go. Bobby Hogue the leader, your points leader. Hannigan on the outside, and we look at this one, and we go green. Hannigan trying to make a move on the outside. Look at Kurt Slama on the inside of Hannigan, battles for second. Slama moves into second. They take it up the chase on Bobby Hogue, who's holding a good line on the bottom. Slama moves into second. Hannigan drops to third. Oh, a car sideways. A tangle in turn number 4. Gary Vincelet comes to a stop. Matt Norton moving down on the inside. And Kurt Slama goes to work on the number 22 of Bobby Hope. The fourth goes high. Kurt Slama, your new leader down the back straightaway. Bobby Hope trying to hold off Hannigan for second. Kurt Slama out front, Hannigan second, Bobby Hope the fourth is third, Hansen is in the fourth spot. Kurt Slama out front. Oh, S. Eric Furman losing a wheel on the front straightaway. He is dragging the rear end of that Chevelle. Will hunt down and they bring out a yellow. There's a tire on the main straightaway. Everybody trying to avoid. Well, everybody avoids that tire. 11 to go. This is a very competitive field of street stocks as they come off at turn number 4. Slama with a little bit of an advantage. We go green. Point, Kurt Slama out front of Hannigan. Bobby Hope now starting to make a move on Hannigan for second. Car is starting to get strung out just a bit here as Hannigan trying to reel in the leader. Laps down for car number 13, your leader. Trying to make it win number 5, Kurt Slama on the move. Slama now stretching his lead over Hannigan. Bobby Hope the fourth, hanging in there for third. Now the battle. Silva starting to put the pressure on Hansen as Fred Lynn stalls in turn number 2. Fred Lynn now keeps it running, and we stay green. Good move by Fred Lynn to keep things rolling. Down the back straightaway, Haggio, Silva, and Fred Lynn. Darrell Hughes all battling there as they go through 3 and 4. A good battle for the 5th position. Haggio and Silva battle for 5th. Up front. It's Slama almost losing it in turn number 4. 18 laps down. Slama in traffic. Here comes Hannigan. Slama into the side of Jim Hamilton. Slama looking for the white flag. 1 lap to go for Kurt Slama. Win number 5. 1 lap away for Kurt Slama. Oh, Jay Mayer high off at turn number 3. Checker flag is out. Ladies and gentlemen, win number 5 for Kurt Slama. Second goes to Joel Hannigan. Third to Bobby Hope, fourth. And fourth will go to, I don't know. either Hagee or Hansen in there for fourth. There is a competitive bunch of street stocks, ladies and gentlemen. A great main event. And his fifth win of the 93 season, Kurt Slama picks up the win in the number 13. Joel Hannigan finishing second. Bobby Hoka fourth, and a great finish for third. And Doug Haggio finishing in the fourth spot. We're going to go to trackside. John, I believe you got the remote back down there. Take it away with a winner interview.
I think
Bart Reed and Dennis Furia in the RPM Racing Ford Thunderbird in that second row. Brian Solomon, Scott Busby in row 3. Al Balding Jr. Rod Williams in row 4. Kenny Knott, number 96. John Ripperetti, number 7. Followed by Barger in the number 8. Gomez in the 67. Beck in number 72. Lonnie Lacey, number 10. David Furia in the 67. And Joe Chapman in the 69. And we, the Thunder, Grand America Modified, coming out with their number 4. Not this time. And the number 8 of Mike Barger makes his way to the pit area. Apparently mechanical problems forcing him to come to a stop off of turn 1 and 2. The yellow light is out. Barger sitting down in 1 and 2. We stay green. We will get a yellow now. We got some tore up equipment down here in turn number 4. Yellow light is out. We have Bart Reed, Ron Parker, and Brian Solomon all involved down here. Looks like Beck with the right rear tire gone down. Bart looks like he has some rear suspension damage on that 12 car. All right, Dennis Fury a little sideways. Look at Scott Busby trying to get by. Side-by-side racing down the back straightaway. Lewis Davis and Furia. Scott Busby and Kenny Knott likewise were sideways, side-by-side. John Ripperetti comes to a stop in turn number 3 and 4. And the yellow flag is out after Ripperetti a lap down. And Ripperetti with the purposeful stop up in turn 3 and 4. And we are underway once again. Not good enough for that time. We're going to have to do it one more time. I'm going to note here that last weekend, pretty much everybody got rained out, but they did race up in Placerville. And the winner was Bart Reed, making the tour up there Saturday night. Busby was second up on Placerville, looking to go green once again. Oh, Furious, sideways a bunch. Furia getting on the hammer a little too hard, getting the car a bunch sideways, giving Ripperetti some time back there. I can see they got the car jacked up trying to change that left rear wheel. And if we go green this time, may not work for him. I believe he's a lap down already. Looking to go green. We are underway. Ripperetti on the racetrack. Furia goes out front. Lewis Davis into the second spot. Scott Busby is third. Kenny Knott fourth. Dennis Furia out front. Lewis Davis is second. Scott Busby third. Here comes Kenny Knott, number 96, holds on to battle for fourth with Balding. Al Balding Jr., number 8, holding off the challenge of the number 96 of Kenny Knott. Up front, Dennis Furia. Ryan Solomon pulls it down into the infield, out of harm's way. We stay green as Dennis Furia completes lap number 8. Lewis Davis holds second. Scott Busby third as they go around Ripper Ready for yet another time. Ripper Ready now into the pit area. He is out of it. Top 5 cars, nose to tail, as Jim Beck, number 72, returns. We are halfway there. 10 down, 10 to go for Dennis Furia. Lewis Davis all over the back of the 77 of Furia. They are coming into lap traffic. Lap traffic will definitely play a part of this. Beck, the first car that Furia must contend with. Beck pulls down to the inside. Leaders go by. Rod Williams spins in front of the leaders. He goes to the infield route. The lap cars pulling out of the leader's way to let them race. Oh, right in front of the leader, David Furia spins, and down to the yellow it is Furia, the Dennis. Lewis Davis and Scott Busby. Oh. Brian Solomon getting the push back to the pit area. We are looking for green as they come off of turn number 4. Balding off the pace, and Lewis Davis goes to work on Furia. They are side by side into turn number 3. Furia on inside. Lewis Davis really throws it into turn number 3 hard. Does he have the momentum off the top? No, it's Dennis Furia. Dennis Furia out front. Here comes Scott Busby, number 73. Whoa! I thought Lewis Davis was going to run right up into the driver's compartment with Dennis Furia. Balding pulls up and stops in turn 2. Yet another yellow. Al Balding waits for the yellow, and the car magically fires off and rolls away. Just to bring out a yellow and change the tire. They are going to try to go green as quickly as possible. All right, Furia, 5 laps to go. He's got the points leader on the outside, Scott Busby. Busby stays high. Can he do it? No, look at Furia. Good fight on the bottom side. They are still side by side in 3. Furia on the inside. Scott Busby drifts up high. Furia takes the lead away from Busby. Lewis Davis is third. Kenny Knott fourth. Oh, Beck. Oh, Lonnie Lacey hard into the side of Beck, number 72. Yellow out once again with 17 laps down. Lonnie Lacey. Lonnie Lacey in that final row. 17 down, final 3. Off of turn 4. Furia drifts up high. Busby goes way up high in turn number 2. And once again, Furia with the horsepower down the back straight. Look at Busby tried to outdrive him, trying to go to the outside. Furia takes the lead off of turn 4. 18 down. Furia holding off the challenge. Scott Busby, the points leader. White flag, 1 lap to go. Looking for a win at number 3, Dennis Furia. Scott Busby, one more time into turn number 3. Drives it down on the inside. Furia taking that inside lane away. Checkered flag is out. Dennis Furia picks up the win. Scott Busby will finish second. Kenny Knott will finish third. Win number 3 for Dennis Furia, ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Healdsburg. And Mr. Foot in it, Furia, picks up the win. Oh. Top 4 cars must report in case somebody wants to claim an engine. Top 4 cars all can be claimed by someone else in the field.
Thank you, George. Down here, Dennis unbuckling down here. I'm glad I didn't have the mic on what he just said, but he'll be climbing out of the car. Here he comes, out of the car. Congratulations, Dennis. 2 out of 3 isn't bad for a night.
No, that's pretty goddamn good, I think.
I think it's real good. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Looks like you finally got the little 77 car really hooked from down here.
Yeah, the car is really hooked up down here, and I prefer this racetrack than Antioch any day.
Well, it's all what you do. Scott likes Antioch better, so, you know, he did Antioch, he might have got you, but down here, you really fly.
That man gave me a scare out there when he come pull up alongside of me. He's good. Scott is really damn good out here.
No doubt about it, but you're not doing bad either. You keep telling me you're an old man. You sure don't drive like one. Ladies and gentlemen, your Grand American Modified main event winner, Dennis Foot in it, Furia. Back up to you, George.
Time to get up. Late models coming down at you. Let's give them a big wave as the field comes by. A good field tonight. Inside of row number 4, Larry DeMitz out of Vallejo. On the outside, Mark Barron, number 7, completing row number 4. They're waving back at you. How about it? Let them hear it. In row number 5, the 07 tonight, driven by Bobby Hogue. Back in competition here in Watsonville. Bobby Hogue inside of row 5 on the outside. In the largest metal fabrication, number 61, Bobby Large. The number 27 of Mike DeLuca and the 47 of Jim Gillespie. In row 6, row number 7, the number 18 of White and the 72 of Sean DeForest. Final row, Mitch Enos, Dan Barger. Apparently one more time around, we're looking for green. 16 cars, 25 laps. Miller looking for a quick start off the top of the racetrack. Let's see if they give it to him. We are underway. Miller stays up high. John Silva drops to second. Vance Beltran is third. Petrucci fourth. One down. It's Robert Miller out front. Oh, Beltran slips up out of the groove and drops back to about 8th place. Beltran with a bad push in the 32, going backwards this time. Petrucci moves to third. Bobby Scott goes around Hendren. Hendren drops to 5th. Hendren and Scott in a battle for 4th. John Silva all over the back of Bobby Hogue pulls down into the infield. Looks like Bobby Hogue is finished. Miller and Silva out front. Hendren runs third. 7 down. Going around Gillespie. Gillespie now a lap down. Here comes Silva. Miller and Silva keeping a good distance away from Hendren. Beltran and Petruzzi come together on the front straightaway. Petruzzi now trying to hold off both Scott and Beltran. DeLuca moving slowly on the back straightaway. DeLuca hopefully can get it off the racetrack and we can stay green. 11 laps down, the yellow flag. Piccino's number 45 off on the other end. It's too bad DeLuca had to stay on the racetrack as we had won a heck of a race brewing. DeLuca trying to get back into the fray here. Yellow light goes out looking for green. Silva sideways a bunch. And we get the yellow, no start. As Tom White all over the front straightaway, and I'm sure he didn't want to be there. Bobby Large with a good start. He was right up there on the back of Hendren on that start. And you can see his starting position way back in the 4th row. All right, yellow light goes out. All right, Miller and Silva. Silva trying to work that outside lane, but can't make it work. Once again, Pete Lane Davis said not quite together enough here. Look at Hendren making it 3 wide on the outside. NASCAR officials on the back straightaway. Marco, our racing director, is pointing to some cars back there and going to re-educate them on this starting procedure. Once again, Hendren moves to the outside. Hendren way on the outside here as they come down. Hendren stays on the outside. Beltran moves up alongside on the inside. Still will stay second. And Vance Beltran moving down on the inside of Hendren moves into the 3rd spot. Vance Beltran working the bottom of the racetrack. Takes over 3rd. Hendren drops to 4th. Bobby Large 5th. A great battle for 3rd against Vance Beltran and Steve Hendren. Hendren tucks in behind Vance Beltran. Beltran in 3rd. Hendren trying to make an inside move on Beltran. And he does. Oh! Hendren and Beltran. Hendren running in and over Vance Beltran to gain the 3rd spot. and back on the move, trying to get underneath Bobby Scott. And the leaders once again start to pull away from the field. Miller and Silva, 17 down. And Larry DeMitz into the tires hard in turn 4. Yellow flag with 19 laps down. Win number 6. And extend that points lead. Miller down on the inside. John Silva on the outside. And Silva, John Silva spins in turn number 1. Silva trying to run the high side. Couldn't make it work. And Hendren moves into the second spot. Miller pulling away from Hendren. Petruzzi third, Large fourth, Bobby Scott fifth. Miller hanging on, lap number 22, 3 to go. And Mark Barron spins in turn 3, keeps it rolling. Mark Barron slow in front of the leaders. Yellow flag. And DeLuca spins in 3 and 4. Two-lap dash to the finish. Hendren trying to work the top of the racetrack. A good start, but it is the bottom that's working. Hendren stays up high. Miller stays down low. White flag for the hammer. 1 lap remain. And Bobby Lars trying to stick up there for a second. Last time through 3 and 4. It's Miller time. Robert Miller with number 6. Steve Hendren will finish second. Bobby Large is third. Bobby Scott is fourth. Win number 6 for the Hammer. Hendren will settle for second. Bobby Large is third, and Bobby Scott fourth. In a full night of racing action. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, I think it's Miller time. John, what do you say?
Yeah, I think it's one of those things. As soon as Bob gets unbuckled there, gets out of the car, we'll get a couple words with him. Here he comes out of the car. Okay, now we ask the question. What time is it?
It's hammer time.
That's right. Bob, you got it start up there in the front. You and John put on quite a show there for about until that first yellow flag. And then John had a little bit of trouble after that.
Yeah, I was fortunate. I was able to get a good jump on the high side there. And at the original start, I was able to I just found probably whatever was left up top at that beginning to get a bite right there, and we were lucky. We got the lead, and the key after that was just hold the bottom and just protect it because there was going to be no passing going on around top.
Well, I don't know how close you know, but Steve almost got around you up on top on that last restart.
Yeah, I knew he was up there, but I knew I was going to have to screw up real bad because it was so loose up there. He would have to carry, twice as fast up top. And it was just, you were going to be on the edge up there, and he had to do what he had to do to try to do it. But things worked out, and we took it home again.
6 of them. Maybe you can make it 2 in a row tomorrow night.
Well, we'll give it a shot.
Ladies and gentlemen, your stock car main event winner, the Hammer, Robert Miller. Back up to you, George.
Thank you, John. Robert Miller picking up win number 6, and I want to remind you, next week is double points for the late models and street stocks in the Nifty 50, sponsored by Nifty Speedo Buttons. We want to invite you down. If you youngsters want to get a picture in some of those great antique midgets that were running earlier tonight, that is available down on the turn 4 end of the pit area. And again, if you want to stop by the Checkered Flag novelty stand, it is open for your new hot shoes if you want to place an order or pick up a pair of hot shoes or some of that great racing novelties available at the Checkered Flag novelty stand right there at the main gate. And again, from all of us here at the Watsonville Speedway along with NASCAR, this is George Hager. Welcome, thanking you for being a part of the racing action tonight. And again, I will see you in 2 weeks as I will be off another show next weekend. So I think John will probably be filling in next week. And for the Nifty 50, we want to thank you all for coming. Drive careful on the way home if you're headed down towards the pit.